Hey guys, welcome back to issue 4 of Invincible. As always, like and subscribe, and be sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think, and let's get started. Alright, issue 4. We see Invincible flying into the base for the team team, and Robot is talking to himself as he examines a robot. Remarkable. The game box processor is so advanced, it could operate this machine for years with a burnout rate of less than 10%. Had we not stopped the Mauler twins before they activated them, they would have been nearly unstoppable. Fascinating. Simply fascinating. Invincible flies in saying, "Robot?" "Hello, Invincible. What can I do for you?" "I'm trying to find Eve. Do you know where she is?" "Eve and Rex are out on a mission right now, but they should be checking in here before they go home for the night." "Crap. I really need to talk to her. Would you like me to give her a message?" "Wait a minute. You know she's dating Rex, right?" "Yeah," Invincible says. "That's not what this is all about. It's these mall bombings. Well, this is going to sound weird, but someone is turning kids from our school into human bombs." "I know," Robot says. "I mean, it's late and all, but I just wanted to let her know so that..." "Wait, what?" Robot goes on to explain. Residue found at the blast sites indicated that the timing mechanisms in all the bombs were organic in nature. More than likely, human circulatory systems provide the catalyst. From that, it was merely process of elimination to determine the age and relation of the humans that are being used as bombs. I didn't know they were all from your school in particular, but I'm sure I would have, eventually." Invincible says, "Well, I'm only sure that the most recent one went to my school, but he's one of the 3 kids that are missing." Just then, Adam, Eve, and Rex explode, fly into the base. "Well, if it isn't our new pal Invincible, what are you doing here?" "I think the mall bombings are connected to missing kids at our school." "Oh God," Rex says. "That's awful. Bye, babe." He kisses her on the cheek. "Any idea who's behind it?" Eve says. "No," Robot explains, "and there's nothing we can do about that tonight. I suggest you two go home and get some sleep, then keep your eyes open at school tomorrow. I'll let you know if I figure out anything on my own." Back at Mark's house, Mark comes home to see his mom up watching TV late at night. "Mom, what are you still doing up?" "Aren't I allowed to watch some late night TV in my own house? Besides, I should be asking you the same question, young man. When you left after dinner, you said you'd only be a few minutes. Just because you're wearing tights doesn't mean you don't have a curfew." "I guess I just got tied up at the team's place." You're not worrying about Dad, are you?" "I can sit here and watch him battle 100-foot dragons on TV all day long, but for some reason, Every time he's in another dimension, I can't help but assume the worst. I just never know what to think. There's no way of telling how long he'll be gone. Do you remember when you were little and he was gone for almost 6 months? He missed your birthday that year. It's okay. It's going to be okay, Mom. Don't worry. Don't worry about Dad. He'll be okay. At Mark's school the next day, Eve and Mark sit together at lunch, and Eve starts the conversation with, "So, Mark, what do you think of all this? I can't believe they expect us to eat boiled chicken for lunch. It's inhumane. No, this mall bombing stuff. I don't know. It's unsettling. I mean, I know this is going to sound bad, but I'm trying not to think about it." "Well, that's a great way to figure this out." "Sorry," Mark says, "but let's be realistic. Should we be searching for clues right now? I, for one, am not dressed for that sort of thing, and we don't even have a dog. Don't think for a second that I don't want to catch this guy. I just think that we don't really have anything to go on right now, right?" He says, "I guess. I mean, there are plenty of possibilities, but really nothing to point us in any direction." "No kidding," Mark says. "I wish it were just a big monster we could punch." "I hear you. The fighting part is so much easier than the thinking part. To tell you the truth," Mark says, "I think that's really the only part I'm actually qualified for." Eve says, "Oh, come on. You're not that tough." "Thanks. Don't mention it. So, I guess I'll see you in Mr. Hyle's class later." "That's the plan. And I'll try to keep my eyes open for anything suspicious until then." In class, Mark is trying to listen to a long lecture from his professor, trying to keep his eyes open. In each passing moment, he gets deeper and deeper into sleep until we get to, it looks like Mr. Hyle's class, and Eve says, "Did you spot anything?" No, I didn't see anything strange." The professor, Mr. Hyles, is saying, "I'm sure you're all aware that midterms are in a couple weeks, so I just want to remind you that this test coming up can either help your bad grade or hurt your good grade. So please, for this one, study for this one, okay?" Mark says, "What about you?" "Nothing," Eve says. "Excuse me, you two," Mr. House says. "Samantha Eve Wilkins, just because I allowed you to switch seats with Mr. Dunlap doesn't mean I'm going to condone you and your new boyfriend interrupting my lectures. Mr. Grayson, just because you don't allot enough time for talking when you two are alone doesn't mean you can make up for it in my class. Quite frankly, I expect more out of you two lovebirds." The whole class starts laughing at them, and Mark says, "She's not my girlfriend." The teacher responds, "Sorry, I was jumping to conclusions, but the fact remains that you've caused me to waste the last 10 minutes of my class today." Just then, the bell rings, dismissing the class. "Sorry, sir. I'll try to make sure it doesn't happen again." "You do that," Mark says under his breath. "Jerk." As they're walking around in the school, leaving the class, Mark says, "So, that was uncomfortable." Eve says, "Yeah. It wouldn't have been so bad if just then Eve's phone rings and she says, "Hold on. Oh, look who it is. Hey, Robot, what's up?" You see Robot, Duplicate, and Rexplode all fighting. And Robot starts off saying, "I've been using secondary operating systems to run checks on all employees of your high school, teachers, custodians, bus drivers, everyone. And hold on, it takes a moment to fight some kind of robot, alien, something." And he continues saying, "As I was saying, I was checking the background and employment histories of the employees of your school, cross-referencing their information with the not necessary knowledge needed to construct a bomb like the ones used in the mall bombings. I thought it might be a futile effort resulting in nothing but dead ends. Thankfully, I was wrong. Surprisingly, your physics teacher, David Hiles, is a former weapons engineer for Global Tech, a military-sanctioned research firm. It's not definitive evidence of his guilt, but I'm 99.8% sure that he's who you're looking for. After I get off with you, I'm going to put in a call to the police and see if I can't at least get a squad car sent out to his house. I'm going to give you his address so you can check the place out before he gets home from school." "Uh-huh. Okay," Eve says. "Bye." So looks at Mark and says, "You're not going to believe this." "What?" "I'll tell you on the way. Come on, we've got to go. We've got to get change to the cafeteria dumpster." "So," Mark says, "he calls you on a cell phone." "Sorry," Eve says, "the signal watch is in the shop." "Geez, what do you expect him to call me on?" Just as they get behind the dumpster, they see two random kids, a girl and a boy, and they say, "Hey, why don't you guys find your own spot?" When they finally fly away, they see someone's watching them. "Well, that really killed our time. What should we do now?" "Ask him questions, I guess. According to Robot, the police should be on the way. How dangerous could he be?" "Oh, it looks like they're arriving at this house." And they land right in front of him and they say, "Hold it right there, sir. I didn't expect to get caught quite this early, and I certainly expected more conventional authorities when the time did come." "Very well. Mark, Samantha, please do come inside." Eve says, "How did you..." Mr. Howell says, "Are you kidding me? You're not even wearing a mask. Follow me. I'll show you to the fourth missing student. I assure you, I have no intention of resisting." "Fourth?" Mark says. "Yes, one of them hasn't been reported missing yet. It's just through here. It. Yes, it. I can't think of a more fitting segue into my confession. You see, it was the constant pestering and belittling from things like what you see before you that caused my son to commit suicide. My son's suicide resulting in my divorce, and my divorce led to me losing my job." They see the student, and Mark says, "Derek." Mr. House continues, "I'll spare you the boring details. It's not the death of my son I'm avenging. That would be far too cliche. No, it's the destruction of my life that has me seeking revenge. It's the domino effect of pain and sorrow that these monsters create. Children that spend too much time at the mall, attend parties, consume alcohol, and play sports when they should be studying and doing homework." "What did you do to him?" Mark says. "What I did to all of them. I turned him into a living bomb, an instrument with which to enact my revenge, my crusade to end the pain and sorrow caused by these popular kids. And I can't think of a more appropriate end to my crusade than the death of two superheroes. Just then he reveals that he has a bomb on his chest. Looks like he turned himself into a living bomb. Oh dear, I must have started the timer too late after you got here. No matter, you'll have a few more seconds too. I'm not waiting around for this. Come here. Mark grabs him, flies out of the house, full speed. That stuff in class today was uncalled for. You know, you really ruined my afternoon. And Mark, this is a scene from the beginning where Mark flies up. Well, now that I've got you all to myself, and he throws Mr. Hiles away, and the explosion knocks Mark away, and he lands in the snow. He must have flew pretty far away if he's landing in snow now, because it was not snowing near where they were. Mark sighs. If I keep this up, I'm going to give myself a heart attack as he flies away. He returns to Eve at Mr. Hiles' house. And Mark asks, so, is it over? Eve says, Robot is coming by to do a sweep of the house to check for anything dangerous. I think the police will be wrapped up here shortly. You can just go home if you want. I'm going to leave after Robot gets here. Sounds like a plan to me. The sooner I put this behind me, the better. Back at Mark's house, we see his mother at the dinner table. And Mark comes in, hey, is Dad back yet? Not yet. Go upstairs and clean up so we can eat. I thought I was going to have dinner alone tonight. Mark leaves, and then we see Omni-Man come in, just saying, I need to shave. And Mark's mother goes to the doorway to look behind, to look at Omni-Man, and she looks relieved. As she sheds a tear, she says, thank God. Later, when they're all at the dinner table together, they're sitting there in silence for a bit. And Mark's mother says, so, anything interesting happened to either of you today? Mark says, I found out one of my teachers was turning my classmates into organic bombs in order to take revenge on kids he felt were like the ones that led his son to commit suicide. Apparently, he turned himself into a bomb also and tried to kill me and a friend of mine, but I flew him to Antarctica before he blew up so that he wouldn't hurt anyone. Omni-Man says, I spent the last 8 months enslaved by an army from an alternate dimension, although it seems much less time has passed here. About a week ago, I led a revolt against my captors and regained control of my powers. Today, the team of scientists from the rebellion found a way to get me home. That's nice. Who's ready for dessert? Alright, I'm going to stop there. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.